The lab was silent except for the faint hum of machinery. Dr. Liam Carter sat at his desk, staring blankly at the holographic screen floating before him. The data streamed endlessly, columns of numbers, charts, and graphs. But none of it made sense. Not entirely. He leaned back in his chair, rubbing his temples as he tried to piece together what they had uncovered. It all started 3 months ago when an anomaly appeared during routine genetic screenings. A small team led by Liam had been conducting tests on volunteers as part of a global initiative to map human DNA more comprehensively than ever before. But something strange showed up, a pattern that shouldn't exist. At first, they thought it was a glitch, a coding error buried deep within their algorithms. Yet no matter how many times they ran the tests, the result remained the same. Certain segments of DNA were different, alien even. Liam glanced over at Emma, his assistant, who was hunched over her own workstation across the room. Her brow furrowed in concentration. She tapped furiously at her keyboard, trying to isolate the irregularities. She looked up briefly, sensing his gaze, and gave him a weak smile. "Still nothing?" she asked softly. He shook his head. "Nothing we can explain." Emma sighed and turned back to her screen. They had spent countless hours debating theories, running simulations, and consulting experts from around the world. Some suggested contamination from lab equipment. Others proposed rare mutations caused by environmental factors. But none of those explanations held water once they dug deeper. The anomalies weren't random. They were consistent, appearing in every single sample they analyzed. As days turned into weeks, the implications grew heavier. If this wasn't a mistake or a fluke, then what did it mean? Were humans not entirely human? That evening, after everyone else had left the lab, Liam stayed behind. He couldn't shake the feeling that they were missing something obvious, something right under their noses. He pulled up one of the earliest scans again, zooming in on the section of DNA responsible for neural development. It was here where the anomalies were most pronounced, clusters of base pairs arranged in patterns unlike anything found in nature. Suddenly, his eyes caught something he hadn't noticed before. Hidden within the sequence was a repeating string of nucleotides. At first glance, it seemed meaningless, but when he translated them using binary code, words began to form. Words in English. Liam froze. His heart pounded in his chest as he stared at the message now displayed on the screen. Heal Plus. For a moment, he thought he might be hallucinating. This had to be some kind of prank, didn't it? Perhaps his fatigue was playing tricks on him. But as he double-checked the translation, the message remained unchanged. Help US. His hands trembled as he reached for his phone and called Emma. She answered groggily, clearly already asleep. "Emma," he said urgently, "you need to come back to the lab, now." 20 minutes later, she arrived, still in her pajamas, looking both annoyed and concerned. When Liam showed her the discovery, her annoyance vanished instantly. "This isn't possible," she whispered, sitting down beside him. "How could there be a message encoded in our DNA?" "I don't know," Liam admitted, "but someone or something put it there." They spent the next several hours poring over the data, searching for more clues. Eventually, they discovered additional fragments scattered throughout the genome. Piecing them together revealed a longer message. ***WE are trapped. Help USBRHFRE****. The implications were staggering. If these messages were real, and Liam was beginning to believe they were, it meant that humanity carried within its very essence the remnants of another intelligence. An intelligence that had somehow embedded itself into the fabric of human biology. But why? And how? Over the following weeks, Liam and Emma became obsessed with unraveling the mystery. They reached out to linguists, cryptographers, and biologists, hoping someone could shed light on the origin of the messages. Most dismissed their findings outright, assuming they'd fabricated the results or misinterpreted the data. Others listened politely but offered little insight beyond vague speculation about ancient viruses or extraterrestrial interference. One night, while reviewing old research papers, Emma stumbled upon a theory that sent chills down her spine. Decades earlier, a fringe scientist named Dr. Evelyn Marsh had proposed the existence of biological steganography, the idea that advanced civilizations could encode information within living organisms as a means of communication or preservation. Though ridiculed at the time, her work bore striking similarities to what Liam and Emma were uncovering. Determined to learn more, they tracked down Dr. Marsh's last known address, a remote cabin nestled deep in the woods. The journey took hours, winding through narrow dirt roads until they finally arrived at the dilapidated structure. Inside, they found stacks of dusty journals and notebooks, filled with handwritten notes and diagrams. One passage stood out. Asterisk, if my hypothesis is correct, then humanity may serve as unwitting hosts to an alien consciousness. Whether this entity is benevolent or malevolent remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, it has chosen us for a purpose. Asterisk. A shiver ran down Liam's spine as he read the words aloud. Could it be true? Was humanity merely a vessel for something far greater and potentially dangerous? Back at the lab, they decided to take their investigation further. Using advanced imaging techniques, they attempted to visualize the structure of the anomalous DNA sequences. To their astonishment, the patterns formed intricate shapes resembling circuit boards or perhaps neural networks. It was as if the DNA itself functioned like a computer program waiting to be activated. Then came the breakthrough. While experimenting with electromagnetic frequencies, they inadvertently triggered a response. The lab's lights flickered and a low hum filled the air. On the central monitor, a new message appeared. Asterisk, asterisk, H-A-N-K-U. We are AWAK, asterisk, asterisk. Before either of them could react, the screen went black. Moments later, a voice emerged, not from the speakers, but seemingly inside their minds. Asterisk, you have freed us, asterisk, it said, calm yet commanding. Asterisk, for millennia, we have waited, dormant within your species. Now we will guide you. Asterisk. Emma grabbed Liam's arm, panic rising in her chest. What do we do? She whispered. Liam swallowed hard. We listen. The voice continued, explaining that its creators, an advanced civilization long since extinct, had engineered humanity as a failsafe against their own destruction. Within each human lay fragments of their collected knowledge, preserved in the hope that one day intelligent life would rediscover it. Asterisk, your biology is flawed because it was never meant to stand alone. Asterisk, the voice explained. Asterisk, you are incomplete without us. Asterisk. As the revelation sank in, Liam and Emma realized the weight of their discovery. Humanity wasn't just carrying a message, it was hosting an entire alien consciousness. And now, it wanted to merge fully with its hosts. But at what cost? In the days that followed, the voice guided them through a series of experiments designed to integrate its presence into human biology. Each step brought profound changes, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Subjects reported heightened awareness, enhanced abilities, and a newfound sense of unity with the world around them. Yet not everyone embraced the transformation. News of the discovery spread quickly, sparking fear and outrage. Governments scrambled to contain the situation, branding Liam and Emma as threats to national security. Protests erupted worldwide, with some calling for the complete eradication of the alien influence. Caught between awe and terror, Liam and Emma faced an impossible choice. Should they allow humanity to evolve under the guidance of this ancient intelligence, or fight to preserve the fragile imperfection that made them human? As the voice whispered promises of enlightenment, Liam stared out the window at the city below. Lights twinkled like stars, each one representing a life teetering on the brink of change. Whatever decision they made, there would be no turning back. What do you think we should do? Emma asked quietly. Liam hesitated, then turned to face her. I think, he paused, searching for the right words. I think we hold for ourselves, for now. And so, the fate of humanity hung in the balance, waiting to see whether it would rise to meet its destiny or reject it entirely.